People, you're welcome back. That was Boogie Down by Saeon. Yeah. And fortunately, Saeon is with me here today. Yeah, I don't like keeping you guys waiting. Yeah, without much ado, let's make a welcome, Saeon. In the
Hi.
studio
So
today.
I'm gonna
Saeon, you're looking
drum
very calm.
Thank
Woo,
you.
bravo.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
I told you something behind the camera. I said, this is a trained girl, but right here, she looks like one gospel singer, hallelujah, raise your hand to Jesus. So
I-
calm a girl,
I just have a different countenance when I'm on
really?
TV, shooting a video, and when I'm on TV being interviewed. So, but it's all one and the same person.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the characteristics of an actor or an artist, okay? They put on a character that suits what's on ground or what they're doing at the time, so they just change, not like chameleon, but they just change, they switch. They switch characters, they switch voices, they switch, everything, and it's very good. For
Thank
a
you.
good artist should have several voices
Thank you very much.
and several characters as well to suit what he or she is supposed to act upon.
Thank you.
You're welcome here, Saeon.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. All right, that video, I love it so much.
I'm glad you do. I'm
and
glad you do.
Good enough, we've been playing it. It's on our top chart, and Nigerians are loving that video.
Thank
I'm
you.
telling you, because we get feedbacks. Wow, that video is nice. That video is good, And how come she featuring whiskey? It was a good blend. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, thank
and
you
I
so
think
much. I've been getting really great reviews about the videos. I'm happy about that the fans are supporting, and I just want to say thank you.
wow, you're welcome here today. All right, we can actually start from anywhere. So there's no route actually. At the end of the day, we just want our people entertained. We want our people going home, with this mindset. I think I know Saeon. I think I'm associating with her brand of music, with her kind of person. But there's no strict or straight way to where we're going, but this is what we want to achieve at the end of this segment.
And that's
So
why I'm here to share with you guys. and
so
to
gist
share
me
with
gist me what's been going on?
a lot actually.
Okay.
From getting signed to a record label called Baseline Music
Okay.
a couple months ago, to shooting a video featuring Wizkid for Boogie Down,
Yeah.
to shooting another video, to recording new songs, working on a body of work. I've just been really busy lately, and I'm happy that things are like adding up for me, because I've been in the industry professionally for about 2 years, trying to
Oh,
get
really?
my voice heard.
Wow, okay.
And it's just amazing to see that the steps I'm taking are all
Exactly.
coming together. Yeah.
That's interesting. Most times when people put plans together, one or two things distract them, or one or two things happen, and it doesn't fall in that way. So I'm so excited, and I think I must congratulate you.
Thank
I
you
must
very
congratulate you, honestly, from the bottom of my heart, for your good work and the fact that you saw what you want to do become in life, and you're following it, and like you said, everything is working as planned.
Yes.
Congratulations,
Thank you
Iron.
so much.
All right, let's talk about your music as a person, as an artist, as a singer, as a rapper. Who knows? Let's talk about the Boogie Down, album. Was it really your very first album that you
No,
brought
it's
out?
not. It's a single actually,
Okay.
and it's one of the songs that I put out over the years since I
Okay.
went professional in the Nigerian music industry.
Okay.
I wanted to do a song with Wizkid because he's a talented artist, and I just felt like it would be good to work with him, to learn something from him, and hopefully
Exactly.
to tap into his fan base.
Oh, really?
Because that's what collaborations are all
Yeah,
about.
sure.
Being able to, yeah. So my team hit him up, and he obviously was impressed with what he saw, because he said okay, he was going to do a song with me. So I had to wait, for a bit of some time, because he has a very busy schedule.
Okay.
But he said come to the studio, and obviously Malik Berry was in the studio, and I'd always wanted to work with Malik Berry. So
Okay.
we started working, and we're done recording the song in like 20 or 30 minutes. So I'm glad that it came out, great,
Very
because it just
nice.
goes to show that when two talented people are put in a room, there's bound to be magic.
Exactly. I love that. All right, people, we'll be hearing more from Saeon, okay, on this show, Hanging Out. If you forgot, I'm sure you've not forgotten. You're still hanging out, and I'm hanging out with Saeon today. And we're talking about her career, her person, and many other things that Saeon has got for herself, okay? But before we go ahead, go nowhere, we'll be back after that now.
990, 990. Oh, baby, follow me, go. Let's go, let's boogie down. Let's boogie down. Oh, baby, follow me, go.
love that, right? You love. They called me red-handed. All right, people, you're welcome back. You're still hanging out on AT&T Channel 5, and I'm hanging out with Saeon.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. You got it right.
I got it.
Yeah.
All right, Zion. I know. Does it have anything to do with that, or you just wanted to make your own trendy, Zion? Zion.
Okay. My real name is Shewoni, and I've
Okay,
always known
Shewoni,
that,
okay.
Yeah, Shewoni. I've always known that I wanted to be in the music industry. I wanted to be a star since I was very young, and so when I was like in SS1 with my friend, we just sat down and started picking out different names because I didn't want to go by Shewoni.
Okay.
Shewoni is very common as a name, as a Yoruba name. So we just picked out different letters for my different names. So S is obviously from Seon, A is from Omolara, E is from Eva, and then O-N is from my surname, Oni, so Saeon.
Saeon,
so something that looks like Seon, but isn't quite Seon.
Exactly. Well, you can still say Sean,
Nah,
No, as in it sounds like that to
Yeah,
Sean or something. Okay, Zion.
Yeah.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
Because someone would think it's Zion, and
I know,
you
a lot
just
of people
change it.
mistake it for Zion, but it's not Zion.
It's Zion.
It's
Zion. It's actually your initials. Yeah, I
Yes,
get it now.
yes.
Wow. From what part of
I'm from
Where is it?
Ibadan, Oyo
Ibadan,
State.
your
Yes,
state.
I'm an
Okay.
Omobadan.
Kilo
That's why I
Sele.
say Omobadan, Kini So.
Kini so,
Yeah,
okay.
and then you reply and say so.
So, okay.
So that's
when
why I keep saying Omobadan Zion in my songs. because I'm
Okay,
repping
okay. I was thinking what it meant, It's your own slogan anyway.
Yes.
And people are buying it. Do you know that?
I know,
They are
I know.
buying it already.
I'm glad because for a very long time I was trying to do something that would let people connect with
Exactly,
my music, and
yeah.
so most times when people hear my song, they're like, "Are you from Ibadan?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So that's like an automatic connection. So I'm glad
Exactly.
that it's working out and doing its job.
Wow, that's good. And we've got a great idea here.
Thank you.
When we were chatting before the break, I was thinking, for someone to feature someone like what do you call him, Wizkid,
Yeah.
would have taken you like a decade, in the industry, to able to get someone like that to feature, but. Good enough. You just started like 2 years ago professionally as a
Yeah.
professional singer.
Yeah.
So what was the magic?
It didn't take decades, literally. Like, it took a while because obviously it has a busy schedule with Skid. So, I guess it took about less than 5 months. We just had,
Okay.
expressed it towards his camp. So we had
Okay.
to wait for him to be available because he was
Okay.
traveling a lot last year. But eventually, he made himself available and we made music, made magic.
Was that a vision for you? Let me use that word, a vision. You meant waiting for him to be able to do this.
Yeah, I had to wait, but I was working on other stuff on
Other
the
stuff, okay.
side. So it wasn't,
Okay, like waiting away.
Yeah, I was working on other stuff, and I mean, we wanted to work with him, so
Exactly.
we had to do it on his terms, basically. But
Wow.
yeah, I'm glad that everything turned out.
It came out good.
Yeah. Right.
Wow. So let's talk about you, your education
Yeah.
and entertainment. These are they're not friendly at all. Especially those days, your mom will tell you, no, no, school. Dad says school, and probably dad wants you to study law, mom wants you to do medical courses, and you want to do, theater arts. And I mean, it's a whole world of confusion,
Yeah.
So what was your experience like then?
I remember wanting to do music from a very, very young age, and my parents kind of knew that I was in love with music because I used to sing. And when I was in like just 3 or so, I called my mom and I was like, I want to drop out from school because I found my calling. I know what I want to do. And she sat me down and said, "Now listen to me. Like, when you look at all these footballers and athletes and all of that, if they break a leg or something happens to them that makes them unable to play their sport again, they don't have anything to lean back on or fall back on.
Exactly.
So why don't you just be done with school, and then after that you can try out your music just so that you can have a plan B." And that's what stuck with me. That's what motivated me to get good grades in school.
Okay.
So I got a first degree, I served, then I got a master's degree, and then when I was done,
What was the course?
I got a first degree in Babcock University in International Studies and History.
Okay.
And then I
History,
got a
okay.
master's degree in the University of Warwick in
Okay.
International Relations, but with focus on terrorism and counterterrorism
Okay.
and covert activities of the CIA. So when I was done with my master's, I called a family meeting and I was like, "You guys, so I've done this. I enjoy doing it. I did it for
Exactly.
myself as well as for you guys. But this is what I want to do now, and I need your support." And because I had made them proud by, bringing home great grades, they had no choice but to support
let
me.
you
so
be.
they're 200% supportive of my
Oh, really?
music career.
Bravo.
In fact, they get to listen to exclusives before everyone.
Wow,
My
this
dad
is
so
incredible.
supportive, and I'm happy about that. I didn't ask for
Congratulations.
anything.
Good for you. All right, people, if you're watching Hanging Out, you can actually reach us from the numbers on the screen right now. You can just call us right now and talk to you girls, Saeon. All right, just call us on the number on the screen, okay? The numbers on the screen. And of course, you can tweet us. We'll read your message right here and you hear it, okay? All right, people, Saeon is still talking with me. Like I said, call on the numbers on the screen so we can. Let's wrap up. All right, girl. Yeah, you did good by, going to school. At least you have 2 degrees for yourself, okay? And now it's music.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, music doesn't put food on people's table almost immediately. And I'm not sure you're aware.
I'm aware that when you're starting out with anything in life, you have to go through the process. You have to struggle a little bit, and then when you're persistent and when you just like make up your mind to be hardworking, then it would have returns in the long run. So that's the same thing with music. When you start out, you need to build a fan base, before you get called. And fortunately or unfortunately, we are in Nigeria where the structure isn't as firm as it should be.
Okay.
We have a growing music industry structure, and I'm happy to be part of it. But yeah, it's a process, and sometimes, it takes longer than it should. Sometimes it takes shorter, but at the end of the day, you have to look at the end game, and you have to look at why you started something in the first instance, and just keep believing in yourself, and everything will just fall into place.
Okay, let me ask you this. Music for you, was it just a talent like you said? Many people, as we chat on this platform, they say it was their talent. They had always wanted to do music right from childhood and all that, or you looked at the business, the stardom aspect of it. Which exactly? And I heard you say you wanted to be a star.
Yeah.
So a little bit of the stardom drive,
Yeah.
So what was your drive to do this?
Genuinely, it was because music just made me feel a different type of way. I remember the first time that I ever listened to music, it was as a result of my dad's love for music.
Okay.
My dad has an amazing voice, but he never took it professional or anything.
Okay.
And when I was little, he would tell me to write down lyrics of songs for him. So that's what made me listen to music. And I just realized that it was different from what I'd heard on a normal day, like people talking or silence or noise. It was just the combination of the instrumentals with the vocals, with the melodies, with the underbellies that just made me feel different, and it just was a to-go place for me. So for me, first of all, it was passion. But then when you want to go into the music business, there's music, and then there's the passion, and then there's the music business. You have to put everything together in order to attain stardom. So that's what I'm trying to do now.
Okay.
A bit of everything, and obviously with God by my side.
And can I tell you something?
I'm not stopping.
Can I tell you something?
Thank
You started real good.
Thank you.
In if a single you have what you have now. I mean, imagine, what the whole album is going to be, and of course the acceptance is so huge. So congratulations once again.
Thank you to you guys. You guys just make it worth it. You make the hustle and the stress of everything and the business worth it. And I promise to continue to give you guys 150% good music, because that's what I do. Just keep supporting me.
Yeah. All right, it's so good. And I'm going to be asking you more too. So I'm sure you're very prepared for us.
Yeah.
So many things people would like to know about you, how you write your song, where you want to take this song to, what's your strategy making it work here, what kind of contribution do you have of just coming to sing and giving people what you've got. So in all this, what's going to be your contribution that you say in the next 5 years is going to be very visible? This is what I've contributed to the development of Nigerian music here.
I feel like first of all, the main thing that I write about is love, right? And then there's obviously fun and all that stuff. I feel like I have a voice as an artist to make a difference and make a change in Nigeria. And I love kids a lot, so my focus in the long run is on kids, but especially kids that are not so privileged. I would like to be able to let them know that just because you're born into a situation doesn't mean that you should remain there. Just because you're born into a situation that doesn't necessarily help you out doesn't mean you should stay there. You have to hone your skills. You have to create a niche for yourself and know why you were, you know, brought on this earth, because God gave everybody talents.
Exactly.
Some people to sing, some people to talk, some people
Exactly.
to touch lives, some people
Exactly.
to, you know, heal people. So everyone has a talent, and once you can find that talent, you can hone your skills and you can make a name for yourself. Do not just say, oh, because I'm unprivileged or less privileged that I should stay
Exactly.
there. No, I don't want people. I feel like poverty is something that needs to be eradicated, and
Exactly.
it can be eradicated. Once
can.
you are able to change the mindset of the people, and once you are able to, you know, give them a chance and let them know that, yo, you can do something for yourself. You need to get up and actually do it for yourself, because people that have things who are doing things for themselves, you know, so that's the kind of impact that I want to,
You give to
know,
people.
bring. I want to bring that kind of positivity, and I hope that in the next 5 years I will be doing stuff like that.
Wow.
You know, it just
Can I
so
tell you
happens-
something? Can I tell you something?
Yes, please.
You are for real.
Thank you.
You are for real, okay?
you.
All right, people, that will be taking us to another musical break titled I'm For Real by Flavor. Don't go nowhere. Saeon is still here in the house with me.